Right. Good evening, everybody. And if you're seeing or hearing this message, then it means that congratulations, you have made it to 2024. You have successfully survived 2023, and your reward is 365 days more of living and doing things. Or maybe slightly less if you're seeing this at a different time or year in the future. So, yeah, it's the new year. Hope it was a good one for you all. I hope you all had a good time on whatever New Year's Eve or festive things you chose to do. And with that in mind, at the start of a new month, at the start of a new year, it is time for a sweet state, number 66. Not quite 666. I don't think I'll ever get to 666. I'd have to live quite a long time to actually get to that. But if I ever get to sweet state 666, that'll be quite a feat, I tell you. Then, I'm sure I'll have a devilish atmosphere in place for the stream's background. So what is the sweet state, you might be asking? Well, it's a monthly thing I do where I talk about the state of the channel, as to what's happened, what's going to happen, and the state of the here right now. And so we cut away from this screen to something slightly different. This sweet state is going to contain some chill gameplay. Yeah. Surprise! It's a let's wander around the awesome simulated city of Steelport Sweet State Edition, where I do precisely that. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah. I'm not just going to... It's going to be a little different from the usual sweet states. I thought I'd try something different. Instead of just be facing the webcam for an hour and a half, I thought I'd just casually wander around the city, maybe pick up a few collectibles along the way to save some time, and just kind of take in the ambience with no music playing while I talk about the sweet state things, and maybe some minorly interesting things will happen along the way. Who knows? But this is a sweet state. I'm not just going to start playing the game. I'm going to just chill out, and thank you very much for the subscription, Pineapple. Sup, it's 2024. Absolutely is. You're right. And I'm just going to take a walk and see what happens. So yeah, I thought this would be a nice change to see how you think. Hello, Shikar. I will be dipping out of this game at some point when we come to the Dead by Daylight session. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm not going to do anything particular. I might grab a few things. It's just an idea, sort of like for background, instead of just facing a webcam. I don't want to do anything too engaging. I'm just going to wander around and see what happens. Kind of thing. Hello, lovely. And oh, sorry, I need to actually be able to see that chair. How's you and Cherry? Yeah, it's things are going pretty well. Cherry is doing fine. 2024 hype. Wow. Absolutely. Hype for 2024. Why not? I forget how far you can jump in this game. So yeah, I hope you've all had a good New Year. I hope your New Year's Eve went off without a hitch. Hope everything went pretty well.
I want a pair of those new Ultor glasses.
No, you don't. So yeah, first of all, I need to sort of talk about...
getting to work faster.
First thing I need to do is kind of talk about the, as always, I'm trying to actually make sure I can actually see my, there we go. Perfect. Actual thing I need to talk about. My notes. They're all put in a different area since normally I can just focus on the, thing, but they're all different this time. So yeah, in terms of the personal situation, obviously I had New Year's Eve. There was no stream this time around. because I went to a friend's house and, you know, had a few laughs, played some board games, took in the new year, and had a good time. It was really quite chill. But now the festivities are over, you can see all the tinsel behind me has disappeared. There's no more Santa hat on my head. So it's back to good old January. The most depressing month of the year. Typically anyway, at least. So I do want to take up swimming again. That's something I want to do as soon as possible. And I actually probably would have started like today if not for the fact that my car is currently not working. And as such needs some problems. Because owning a car is just so much fun when it decides, the battery decides to die for no fucking reason whatsoever. Or whatever the hell its problem is. It's not like I just spent £800 on it 2 months ago to get it all ready for winter and then it decides to conk out just before the end of the year. Yay.
Oh man, I gotta trade.
Wish I could have superpowers and just fly to work like I can in this game.
She looks terrible.
But what can you do? So I want to take up swimming again. So I want to get fit and healthy. Yeah, naturally. I know it's a pain, ain't it?
Tonight,
So, yeah, I'm still continuing on the health thing. Now, obviously one of the goals I had at the start of last year was I wanted to get down to 17 stone in terms of weight loss. And I've technically kind of achieved that, but it's not been consistently on 17, and I've not weighed myself for 2 weeks, because I figured the festive season I was going to be kind of going off this target a little bit. But,
Yeah!
there's the first collectible of the sweet state. Might not be the last, we'll see. So, I am actually very close to achieving it though. I just need to get over the line where I actually just stay on 17 stone when I weigh myself on a weekly basis. I will be weighing myself this Sunday, and I'm keen to get back on track with that, to be honest. So, yeah, my goal continues to remain to continue to lose weight. And hopefully I will achieve that. As throughout this year. It'd be nice to even say, can I get down to 16 stone by the end of the year? You know, do I stand here before you with 16 stone, maybe, instead of 17? I'm definitely heading in the right direction, though, in that particular regard. Looks like the hype train is over. Oh well. So yeah, and also I've got my TA2 role starting next month after this term ends. This term is only 5 weeks long. I don't go back until the 8th, so I'm not back on work until next week. Because we finished later, we get an extra week off. So a lot of people, unfortunately, have to go back to work like tomorrow or whatever. But I get to be not at work for a little bit longer. Which is good, really, because this is usually the worst time. This is usually the worst period of time for going back to work. I know it was like the last time when wow, it's my 1000th cluster. Huh, go figure. So yeah, with the TA2 row starting after the half term in late February, I've got a bit of more responsibility to take on in a month and a half's time as part of my long-term job security. You know, which I'm looking forward to, of course. It'll be nice to have the that long-term job security for a while, allow me to build up my financial resources, and just generally not have to worry about being fired at some point, you know.
Yeah!
So that's something I'm going to be doing after half term. Wow. The ambience of this game is very weird, by the way. When you take out the music, there's a lot of droning and so forth. It's very, it's something, alright. And yeah, generally my Christmas has gone pretty well. I've done a lot of cooking. I actually cooked today. I cooked some, used some minced beef and some pasta. So that was nice. So as I said, I was going to do like a constant cooking throughout this period. I'm going to be cooking as much as possible from now on, really. I really think I need to just keep cooking and practicing that until it just becomes a routine in my life, where I just, you know, I cook on weekends. I keep practicing and I keep practicing. You know, it's something I've always wanted to do. I mean, I have had odd cooking periods, but it's never been like consistent. It's like I'll cook for a day or two and then I'll be back to not doing that. And I'm like, nah, we need to just actually get on with cooking like more consistently. You know. That's what I'm looking to achieve. Yeah, exactly. That's something I'll be experimenting with over time. That's the last tower I need to do. Yeah, so, you know, hopefully this year I'm going to do a lot of cooking. And one of the things I've said I wanted to do when I made the Christmas dinner for the first time, or helped make it, is I said that this year, when it comes to Christmas, I would do the Christmas dinner cooking. So I would be doing all of that, you know, by myself. No matter if it's just me and my mom, or whether I've got my sister and nephew and niece and her fiance around, I'm just gonna...
G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
Always do a favor for you. Oh, it's nothing.
So yeah. That's something I'm going to work on, and I also want to sort of cook my own things entirely by myself. You know, surprise my mum once or twice, or other people. One of my friends, I might go to their house and do some cooking there.
What, over already?
There's your statue destroyed. Yeah, and also I've managed to secure a decent amount of financial capital at the moment as well. As of the end of, I did get paid a little bit extra this month, and I am now up to, well, in terms of my savings at the moment for my future house, I am now up to £21,000 in savings. I got paid quite a bit extra. At the end of this month. There's that bloody statue. So, yeah, I also want to save up a lot of money for next year. I want to sort of say at the end of this year that I have £30,000 in my savings. And so on and so forth. And the idea, as I've said it before, is I want to be able to, at the end of the decade, have enough money to be able to acquire my own house. So that when I'm in my 40s, I will be able to live on my own 2 feet, do what I want to do, and have enough financial capital to not have to worry about that at any point in my life ever again. It's just very reasonable, I would say.
Yeah!
It's part of a long-time plan. Hey, Pinchy, how you doing? Happy New Year to you.
Ever since that night on Loren's plane, things haven't been the same. I used to be fun and carefree. I used to smile and laugh. Now I just want everyone to pay for what the Syndicate did. Johnny didn't deserve to die like that. He was the toughest person I knew. And it's my fault. I should have gone back for him.
Oh, yeah!
So yeah, that's pretty much my personal situation. I'm still hoping to lose weight. I'm still,
Yeah!
still looking to lose weight, still looking to gain financial capital. It's a little harder to maintain my narrative when I'm trying to play this game at the same time, but this is why this is an experimental sweet state. Where I'm just milling around, taking in some of the ambience of the game, while talking about the sweet state for a change. Could do this with other games in the future, perhaps if you like further this over the traditional sweet state idea. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my personal situation. It basically, things have been going pretty well. Oh yeah, I forgot I mug people for money by bumping into them. So yeah, I suppose now the next thing I should do is recap how last year went. How exactly did 2023 go for myself and the channel? Well, I'd generally say that I saw you had it tied to my wish list, by the way. Yeah, I did. That is a future consideration for a game I might want to play. I will talk a bit more about that when we talk about the Dead by Daylight stuff later. So, mainly, 2023 was a pretty decent year for me overall. Things started to get done a little bit. I mean, the amount of games, for one thing, on my lists of things to be done were massively reduced. At the start of the year, I had Doom mods to play, I had other games to play, Draughn's list was bigger, Saints Row had several games in the series. And really, over the course of the year, I've managed to do all the Doom mods on the request list, and managed to cover all the other games that were remaining. And Draughn's list has been reduced down to 4 games. This one, Get Out of Hell, Maximum Action, and Wrath. Aeon of Ruin.
Oh, yeah!
So that's been pretty useful. You know, I said I wanted to sort of narrow down my lists of things. What is this guy doing? Okay. What are you gonna do now? Huh? It's like trying to herd the demons in Doom. Oh, he's a little smarter.
Could be better.
Yeah. So that's been pretty good over last year. A lot of the stuff, all my lists have been reduced down massively, which has been great, you know. Really ties into not having to do any more of those lists. And as you all should know, there will be no more lists after the ones I have finished are done. There's going to be a very different way of doing the channel. So that got done. I also started partaking in this playthrough of this game series, which has been quite a fun little historical thing to go through, honestly. It's been quite fun starting from Saints Row 1 on the Xbox, which first time I purchased a console for quite some time. I think the last time I acquired a console was... Bloody hell, what was the last time I had a console? I mean, ignoring the fact I was gifted a SNES Mini, the last time I actually purchased a console was probably an Xbox 360. Like a long time ago. I haven't really bothered with consoles since. But yeah, it's been... Obviously, that series is still ongoing. I gotta play through this and get out of hell. Which is fine. Saints Row... I mean, it's been fascinating to go through the Saints Row series. I always kind of liked that. I like doing that when I went through the Painkiller series as well. You know, playing all the different Painkiller games, seeing how the game started out, and then seeing the expansions and how each one was a little different from the others, you know. Like every Painkiller game told its own story, and in a sense, Saints Row is kind of like that. I mean, I still think Saints Row 2 was just overall the best package, you know. But this game has been pretty fun on the gameplay front, honestly. It's been I mean, it's kind of sort of still feels a bit streamlined, but it's fun. And I really enjoy doing stuff like that sometimes, where I go for like an entire series from the beginning and seeing how it develops and grows and all the events that happen, you know. Seeing this game come from a sort of early Xbox game with like kind of be a sort of semi-GDA knockoff to developing its own sort of fun gimmicks and having a really interesting second game, and then going to this bland space for 3 and then going ridiculously over the top for 4. Just really nice to go through stuff like that. It's the same when I like go through that Cabro's Legacy, when that Doom speedrunning competition series. Just stuff like going, and then the community chess series in Doom as well. It's just fun to see how things develop and evolve over time. When in the same series, you know, I might do stuff like that again in the future with other games, perhaps. Maybe Max Payne would be a good candidate for that, honestly. If I could get Max Payne 1 and 2 working and acquire a copy of 3, that could be an interesting trilogy to play, perhaps. Yeah, but many others as well. Tomb Raider 1 to 3, perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, and I still have the Xbox, which will get some use at some point because of Drauken's gift of the rare replay. I actually have quite a few games. On that collection I might actually play at some point. I've got like, including GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and Banjo-Kazooie. So there's actually some games on there I might want to play at some point. We will see. Hey Nitro, Happy New Year to you too. Max Payne 1, yeah, I'm aware Max Payne 1 and 2 are going to require some tinkering. I've had some issues trying to get them running in the past regards to sound, if anything. But I do have them both on Steam, so if I ever get around to those... we'll see. Yeah, getting older games to run can be a minefield sometimes. This is a real shame, you know. I mean, thankfully good old games exist, which do help with some of that, you know.
Woohoo!
They do help with, Yeah, this is the sweet state. I decided to do something a little different this time around, Nitro. Instead of just talking into a webcam like usual, I thought I'd just wander around the city, get a few collectibles, and just try it as a different approach. I mean, I am in fairness actually achieving something slight by doing this, but I just wanted to try something different for a sweet state. Like, have a little bit of background noise, you know. Not doing anything too engaging, just sort of collect things, maybe destroy a few statues, collect a few bits and bobs. Which will be useful for the playthrough, but I'm not going to do anything big like quest or anything. So yeah, there's that. I also managed to 100% Dead by Daylight.
After this gets jacked, no more.
That was something I achieved. I've owned the game for 2 years and I've done everything in it. Ready for this?
That's right, line up for a whoopee. Oh yeah!
How you like that, M apples? All at once, baby. You'll be fine. You're just a simulation.
I wonder where Brad is taking me.
Wonder if Brad. So yeah, that's something. I'll talk a bit more about that Dead by Daylight specifically in the DVD section when I switch games. But yeah, that's something I achieved. You know, did the adepts. I got my TA3 certificate from college. That was a stressful couple of months to get those done with the observations, but it went pretty well. I now have a TA3 certificate. So academically wise, I'm set for a while. That was good. Oh yeah, and also I also won an Iron Man League for the first time ever in February last year. For the first time for that little Joe Ilya project thing. Where I was the only person to survive
man, do I
as
really
well.
have to go to work?
That person's got the January blues, I see. But yeah, I actually won an Iron Man League. That was pretty cool. The Iron Man's not up, by the way, for this month. I don't think either of them are. I think Narza's going to do the Iron Man tomorrow, so I'll find out what it is then.
Yeah!
I'm not going to do the Iron Man straight away. I'm going to focus more on playing this first for a bit. The Iron Man can happen later. So yeah, that was cool. I mean, I've taken part in every single Iron Man League since it started in 2016, and it's the first time I've won a month. That was nice. Oh yeah, and 10 years of the channel happened. That was also a thing that happened this year. I made it to my 10-year anniversary of doing things for this channel. In May.
Zinyak kicked the stool out from under my political aspiration when he and his armada showed up. One of the worst things you can do is piss off America. Now, I don't necessarily agree with how to... Seems there must be a better way. I'm not saying I'd do better, but... Shit, maybe that's exactly what I'm saying. If I had the chance, anyway.
Fair enough, Keith. Fair enough. So yeah, the 10-year anniversary was a big deal. I mean, I think it was very scuffed, though, I will be honest. I mean, I had sort of, like, better... It could have been planned out a little better, but... I thought it was alright. I mean, what do you all think of the 10-year anniversary? Doing all those retro styles of the layouts? That's the part I feel didn't quite go as well. The layouts of the retro bits. You know, like I want to do all the different styles from the different eras of this channel without the webcam, with the text overlays. But it was so hard to get it right. But I like the idea of going back to my roots a little bit. You know.
Yeah!
It was fun. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years on this channel and since 2009 elsewhere, so that's an accomplishment, right? Surely. So obviously, the 19th of May was the actual day, but I did it for the whole month, and it was pretty cool. I'd happily do it again in another 10 years' time. If we ever make it to 2033, I will happily do a 20-year anniversary. Hopefully, it will be better planned. And hopefully it'll have a lot more better content. But, you know, it was nice to celebrate 10 years. It's the second 10-year streaming thing I've been able to celebrate. 10 years last year of this channel, and back in 2019, 10 years of Dope Lives. Which was also an accomplishment. Hey, look, Shakar, it's your favourite place. The Goth Cathedral. The Gothedral.
See me walking?
Yeah, this is the kind of place you would go to. Sorry, the in-game thing reminds me there's a lot of money to be transferred. Oh, we don't have anything else to go for, so there's you it. A few more upgrades for the items, why not? Don't interrupt me. Why is it with these simulations of being so busy? And also, aside from that, Spooktober happened in October, after the summer. A summer which I kind of largely did things in, but it wasn't too much to talk about, I don't think.
Yeah! You're gonna hurt.
I kind of laugh if I managed to just accidentally get all of the main clusters in this point. It's going to confuse people when they come back to this next part of this playthrough.
Borrows this thing.
But yeah, Spooktober happened in October, which was good. That went a lot better, I think. Spooktober was definitely more of a success.
Oh yeah!
I mean, there's actually some decent spooky games. Kind of like last year, really. There was obviously the Fishing Vacation. There was Nightmare of Decay, which was fun to play through, even though it was shorter than I thought. There was a couple of other games as well. It was interesting stuff, you know. Lots of nice shorter games to play. And And yeah, Spooktober went pretty well, I think.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, there it is.
Yeah!
So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the Spooktober as well. I like doing the Spooktober stuff, so there will be another card of spooky games planned for this October. And that's something I'm hoping I do every year, where I just dedicate the entire month of October to horror games. I've certainly got plenty of those to get through, and who knows what gets announced in the meantime. And then there was a little bit of poker here and there, you know, around the place. I went to a casino for the first time. In the summer, which didn't go very well.
Oh yeah!
I went to a regional final, I think twice in the year, and didn't succeed either time, unfortunately. But I'm still practicing and enjoying the game. It's just... well... I received a gift. What's this? Hang on, I received a gift from Dragon. What? What is this? Sweet. Since you like the Saints Row games so much, want to pay off your student loans? Game on from Dragon. Includes Saints Row Expansion Pass, and Saints Row Los Panteras American Muscle Bundle. What? You gifted me the remake? Happy New Year! You gifted me the remake? I thought we weren't going to cover that one. Ah. Well, thank you very much. I thought you didn't like the remake, but you still want me to play it. Well, that's true. It's not on the official request list, so no, I don't have to. You're right, but... oh, my goodness. I don't. Oh, I see. You don't, and you want me to find out why. I see where this is going. This game came out in 2022, right? I have to call it the 2022 Saints Row. Wow. Well, thanks, Drauken. I guess I may get around to that at some point. Perhaps. I guess maybe I will be covering the final game in the Saints Row series after all. I mean, I wasn't on the docket, but, well, now it will have to be considered. Yeah. Well, it won't be straight away, if I bother. I've got a lot of other things. But, you know, who knows. But thanks, Drauken. I appreciate the gift. Much appreciated.
Driving this city's expensive.
Yeah, whatever. You wish now including Agents of Mayhem. Well, I'll just add that to my long list of games you've gifted me on the list that I still need to get around to potentially at some point. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, the poker is something I may or may not be choosing to focus more time on this year. Depending on, you know, how things go. I mean, honestly, after this game, I'm not quite sure how we can go even any more over the top or whatever direction they choose to take. For anyway, so yeah, in summary, that was kind of my year, really, and then just been plodding on with the channel. And
Damn, this engine is running rough.
did I make it to 2,000 followers this year? Oh, I did, didn't I? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I hit 2,000 followers this year as well. I just sort of low-key forgot about that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did hit 2,000 followers this year. And I played a Sunder map for my sins because of it.
I can't believe I have to work.
So that was something I achieved. 2,000 plus followers. Currently at 2053. But, yeah. Growth on that rate's been pretty slow for a while, but I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest.
They call this electronic.
Everything's really glitching out. Which is probably intentional. I wonder if I get like 100% control, is the simulation just going to glitch out constantly? And it's going to become like unrecognizable or something? So I'm getting a bit too distracted here, aren't I? So yeah, that was pretty much the year. I mean, not a massive amount of big things kind of happened compared to other years, maybe, but I think it's been a pretty decent year overall. You know, we've not been, I mean, compared to 2020 and 2021 and parts of 2022. I mean, things on the global stage aren't going great, but for the decade of depression, I felt this year was kind of alright, personally.
That is strange.
So yeah, sorry there wasn't a massive amount to go about over the last year, but really, I mean, there was some stuff that happened, but it wasn't like massive occasions occurred.
Too many guns in.
So, with that in mind, what lies ahead for the future then? What lies ahead for 2024 for this channel?
Yeah!
Are you okay with this as a sweet stay idea, by the way? It's been like 40 minutes since I've been doing this. Do you kind of like this, or would you prefer me just be talking to the webcam without being distracted by the game? I literally just thought of this just off the cuff, just because I thought it might be an interesting idea just to have something in the background to casually chill out with. You know, I know I'm a bit less focused because you find it boring playing a game in the background is fine. Oh man, you should have seen some of the gameplay of this should go. It's bonkers. This is by far the most gameplay fun Saints Row you'll probably see. But to each their own. So yeah, what is the plans for this year then? Well, the first thing I'm going to be focusing on this year is finishing the 4 remaining games on Drauken's list, including this one. So that's going to be my top priority. Much like completing the Doom list and the other list was a priority last year, this year it's wrapping it up to the point where there's nothing left. I mean, I was kind of hoping to have this game done by the end of the last year, but it didn't happen. But it's all good. I have plenty of time to kill between now and a probably right important February. So, no rush, I suppose. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Like, I'm going to be playing Saints Row 4 until it's done. Then I'll be playing Get Out of Hell, which is quite short, until that's done. Then I'll be waiting around for Wrath to come out, which apparently is happening in February, supposedly. I mean, Wrath is supposedly meant to be coming out on February. And Maximum Action is still in early access for now. I mean, Nitro, you mentioned that they teased a date for completion of that game. I'm going to try and give that game as long as possible to get to that point. But honestly, if Wrath gets done and Maximum Action is the only one left, I'm just going to play Maximum Action in its current state and just take it for what it is. So, fingers crossed, maybe by about March or April of this year, I'll have all the games completed on the list. And then, well, that's when things will get interesting. I said this year was going to be quite a transformative year, where things will change in many different aspects. I mean, for one thing, I've got a niece coming in a few months' time. My sister is giving birth to a baby girl. So, not only will I have a nephew, who is now 3 years, but I'll have a niece too. But also, you know, once everything on this channel, all the lists are complete on this channel.
Could be better.
Quit you screaming. I was wondering what that one was. Don't worry, the tractor will die off. So, in between sort of that, I'll probably will play some other games in between, say, waiting for Wrath and finishing Saints Row 4 and Get Out of Hell. So there might be a couple of other things that get played along the way. Like, obviously, two of the things I do want to get around to is Sigil 2 and Eve Eternity 2, both of which dropped last month. I definitely want to play Sigil 2, like, first, and then Eve Eternity 2 after that. So those are two Doom ones I'll definitely be playing as soon as this part of Saints Row 4, the Saints Row playthrough is finished. There might be some other stuff as well. I don't know. It depends on how much time I get. Maybe Quake 2 gets covered. Maybe something else. Who knows? But there'll be a bit of downtime between the finishing of this game and Get Out of Hell and wait for Wrath. So I might get around to a couple of things while I wait. But after that, also there's a lot of early access games that might come out this year into full releases as well. I'm expecting quite a lot of the early access games I've been keeping an eye on for a while to sort of be ready to come out as well. Hopefully Coven would be nice. That'd be a nice one for Spooktober, actually. If Coven could come out in Spooktober, that'd be great. So yeah, there might be a lot of different releases that come out throughout the course of the year that I'm waiting for. I mean, Back to Star Next might even, Back to Star Next Episode 3 might even come out this year.
Oh yeah!
Wouldn't that be nice? Have I ever been a train in any of these games?
Traffic didn't used to be.
don't think I've actually been a train in any of these games before. Just never felt the point. Even in the first 2 games, fast traveling around the city was faster in a car than taking a train.
She's gone.
But then, obviously, the big thing that's going to be the major point of interest for this year is once all the lists are done, once I have completely nothing left to do, once I am 100% free of lists of any kind. I'm not sure what this music is playing. Then it's a case of what do I do for the future of the channel? What will happen to John Suitepee once I have no more worlds left to conquer? And that's where I'm going to have to make a very careful choice, I think. No, not I think, I know. I'll take a very careful choice as to the direction of what I'm going to do for the future of this channel. And I still haven't really decided what that is yet.
Yeah! It's going to be me.
So, as I've said before, at the moment, there's sort of 4 directions that I'm sort of thinking of taking the channel in. At the moment. Obviously very subject to change here and there, but... There's currently 4 directions I'm thinking of taking the channel. So, the first direction I've been thinking of is to maintain the channel as a variety channel. Kind of what I'm sort of doing now, but with more of a schedule to it. I'm more embracing the fact that it has become a variety channel. So that would be me doing a little bit of everything that you might have come to expect over the last 10 years. So, you know, I would play some Doom stuff here and there. I would... I'd play some other games. I would do different things here and there.
Oleg is one of the best things that ever happened to me, and right now it feels like the worst. I'm up here trying to save us from captivity and psychological torture, and all I can think about is him. He's the only one who ever truly understood what I was saying. I never thought I'd meet someone with an intelligence nearly matching my own who made me feel like I wasn't constantly missing something in my life. Now I am. Now I miss him.
That's very sweet. She likes Oleg for his intelligence.
Oh, yeah!
How nice. So yeah, pretty much what I've been doing for the last couple of years, really. Just playing all sorts of games, you know. Maybe I'll play some modern stuff that comes out. Maybe some RPGs, FPS. Whatever takes my fancy, and I just do that. This is kind of more of the I do what I feel like option. You know, variety channel being covered for. I just do what I want, you know. If I want to play a Doom one, I'll play it. If I want to play this new game, I'll play it. The water looks a bit weird there. I mean, obviously, a lot of people do come to this channel for the Doom stuff. And there would be some Doom stuff. The difference being is if I chose this option, I'd add more of a schedule to it. It wouldn't just be kind of like it is now. I'd probably make... at least I would consider a schedule anyway.
Driving this city's expensive.
Do you think Cyberpunk 2077 offers this kind of exploration of the city? I mean, this game has given me a very... Just to go on a tangent for a moment, this game has given me a very high standard for what I expect exploration, fun-type gameplay from an open-world type of setting does. You know. I mean, it's ridiculous how the level of movement and fun little things you can sort of get up to. I think it could be done... There's obviously potential to do a lot more with this, but this game set a high bar for me in that regard. Alright, back to... Did those cars just disappear?
After this,
Disappearing cars! I was expecting Dragon to come out with a Ego Raptor quote. Riding on cars! It does. Yeah, I've always wanted to play a CD Projekt Red game.
Really?
And Cyberpunk 2077 has apparently turned things around quite a bit. So if I ever play one of those games, it'll be a toss-up between The Witcher 3 or Cyberpunk, I think. Yeah.
Who slows down?
But yeah, anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So the first option is variety. And what's of it? Scheduled variety. Like, maybe I would have a day, maybe, like, not all the time, maybe sometimes I would commit to focusing on a short project, but maybe, like, say, I play something long, like an RPG, and maybe I'm looking at 80 hours. Maybe I'd spend 2 days of the week playing that, and then I'd spend another day playing something else. And, you know, just sort of mix it around a bit, so it's not just all the one game all the time. Try to add a bit of variety to the variety. You know, have a schedule, perhaps, for the first time. An actual schedule. Different things on different days. You're playing... Oh, are you playing this... Oh, grinding or whatever. I wanted to grind up to that guy in the sailing place so I could sell all my crappy items, but I decided against that. Oh, the PS3 version, fair enough.
oh yeah!
Oh, nice. Are you having fun? So that's the first option that I'll be pursuing. The second option is to go back to what this channel started as back in 2013 for quite a few years, and that is to go back to being a very heavily Doom-focused channel again, where I do lots of like play testing, playing new Doom releases, occasionally branching out to other FPS games, but mainly focusing on doing Doom stuff again. You know, like I used to, where I would tackle new releases, play test things, and so on and so forth. And generally just kind of play a lot of Doom stuff and mix it up with some FPSs along the way. I think this would please some people, but I don't think it would please everyone anymore. And that's kind of an interesting thing. I think some people would love the channel to go back to being very heavily Doom focused, but I also suspect that some people would actually find that to be a detriment. Not just Draugen either. Do you reckon we'll get a text adventure out of this and get all the plates?
That doesn't even match.
So that's the second option I'll be considering. I would very prefer if you play what you want to play. Well, the thing is there is a part of me that really does like doing all the Doom stuff. But I also know, another part of me knows, the reason I stopped doing just that was because at some point I did get burnt out on only... Holy crap, am I up to 1100 already? Damn. Pretty sure I was at 1,000 earlier. What the fuck? I was only kidding when I said I'd get all the stuff done. Right? Oh yeah. Come down to Papa.
Woohoo!
Come down to Papa, baby. Yeah, that would be what option 1 would kind of be.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's what I would be thinking. Yeah, I could. That's the kind of schedule I would think to do. But I also do know that I did used to, you know, I still have a lot of association with being a Doom streamer, you know. And I did enjoy all the... doing all the play testing and discovering all the gems and stuff like that. So that's the second option. The third option that I'll be considering for the time being is to become more of a poker-focused channel, where I would shift away from playing a lot of games and just sort of start playing poker a bit. You know, like I would do a lot of the micro-stake streams. This would be me pitching in a more direction where I take poker a bit more seriously and try practicing so I could start winning regular tournaments or playing cash games to try and earn a bit of a nice side income, which is always going to be nice and healthy for me. Doing something I also enjoy in the process. And that would be me just sort of playing a lot more poker things. Still maybe playing the odd game here or there, but basically going, you know, more in a poker direction, where I just play poker streams a lot. You know, try and go for the micro stakes, try and keep practicing, try and make my way up to some actual proper games. Because one of the things you want to do as a poker player is get out of micro stakes and play proper games at higher levels so you can earn a bit more. And that's what I'd be working towards. The micro stake is just nice for practicing without the pressure of losing too much money, you know.
Oh man, I gotta
Which is
trade
why
this in
I
for a bus pass. They don't have to worry.
Which is why I partake in them mostly. But I don't do it regularly enough. You know? And that's where the issue lies. If I do want to sort of start doing more poker stuff, I need to practice it. So that would be a third direction. I don't think a lot of people would be too bothered about the poker stuff, but this would be more of a choice for me. You know, I like playing poker. I want to get better at it in some senses. It'd be nice to say I could go to a casino and maybe take down a decent cash prize every so often. I mean, streaming didn't work out and becoming the side income, but then I also didn't go all in on that either. Perhaps.
I should have known dating that asshole was gonna end badly. Veteran child. What kind of name is that anyway? Sure, he had hookups for some of the best drugs in Stillwater, but that's no excuse. And he comes and tries to kill me? Whatever. He didn't have a chance against the boss. I tried to warn him, but he never listened to me. Only the boss really did.
Yeah, I used to listen to Shawnee quite a bit in Saintsville too. So that's the third option. I mean, I might just decide to commit to more poker stuff at my own time and not incorporate it into a stream at all. Maybe do the occasional stream thing, but yeah. The fourth option, which is the least... I want to point this out as a disclaimer again. The fourth option, which is the least likely at this moment, but is still an option nevertheless, is I completely stop streaming altogether and shut down the channel. Like, I just completely stop streaming and just quit. And just, you know, I still hang around in the communities and still go to Hellforge stuff and still go to Dope with stuff and still play with people. But I just sort of say, you know what, I don't want to do any more streaming. I've had enough. I'd rather spend my time doing other things. Like, maybe I use that time to play poker. Maybe I use that time to pursue other interests. Maybe I just play games offline and I don't stream again. Which is obviously the option that probably nobody wants. Of course, I can't think there'd be a single person that follows this channel that wants me to suddenly just stop making the content, stop playing games for them, or stop doing things. But it is an option that sometimes, you know, I do wonder what would happen if I didn't stream anymore. Currently, the answer to that is I'm not exactly sure if there's a lot else I would do, but I used to do things before I didn't stream, I guess. I've certainly considered at least taking a month off from streaming. I have mentioned this previously. I am pondering like taking a whole month off. Just one whole month. Don't stream at all. Do all the things. And then see what happens when I come back. Because ever since I started streaming in 2009, late 2009, I have not really not streamed for longer than maybe a week-ish. Or maybe about 2 weeks. Dead serious on that front, I will say as well. I have been regularly doing some sort of streaming stuff for nearly 15 years. And I enjoy doing it, because I like playing video games. They're fun. It's my form of escapism I really enjoy. But I do wonder, what would I do if I didn't stream? What else could I do?
I'm so sick of having to pick up Jenna. That bitch needs to get a car.
You guys planning new things? Did you notice who I was?
I don't know how you'd all feel about that. I'm guessing you'd be like, oh god, no, please don't stop streaming forever and quit. That would be terrible. I already told you it would. Please don't stop. Yeah, I mean, as I said, this is the least likely of the options. But I want to make this clear. If there's, I'm not ruling it out entirely either in the future. There may come a point one day, and probably due to physical or mental capacity in the distant future, there may well come a day where one day I am forced to stop streaming. But I would rather have that be forced upon me than, you know, feel that I need to, you know, I mean, I genuinely do enjoy streaming a lot.
Working for the Syndicate was a great job. That is until Philippe Loren died, because Kilbane was one scary psychopath. I mean, I watched him kill Kiki right in front of me, and right in front of her own sister. So I went after the Saints instead. Wrong choice on my part, but they let me live. And surprisingly, so did Kilbane. Only option then was to leave the country and hide.
Yeah, it turned out well for you, Matt, as it turns out. I mean, right now, if I was to say stop streaming this very second, I'd have nothing else to do. The only thing I would probably do, honestly, and this is me doing this right now at this point, and January the 1st, 2024, if I was to stop streaming right now and do nothing else, I would probably play a lot more poker and probably get myself hooked into an MMO or something really grindy that isn't fucking Dead by Daylight. Maybe I'd get back to Final Fantasy XIV, maybe I'd play Warframe, maybe I'd play something else. I'd just try to immerse myself in some sort of grindy game or something fun that I can just sort of casually chill with. But that'll be it. I would probably not really do a whole lot else.
Yeah!
But that might change in the future. One day I might be able to say to myself, hey, maybe I do have something else I can do. Something out there across the seas. Something might take my attention away. Something more powerful than the allure of streaming to an audience of like-minded and nice people. Doing something I enjoy. But that's the least likely option of the four at this moment. The bottom line is, though, is that once all the other games are done, I will have to make a choice. Pure and simple. I will have to decide what to do with the channel. And it will be a very carefully crafted decision. You know, once I've literally completed the last game, I'll probably have an extended period of time where I'll just kind of think about it. I might take a month off just to consider it. I will be consulting with people about it in the community. That's something I will promise now. When I do make my decision, I will be consulting with quite a few of my regulars about what they like to see going forward. So you might be asked at some point this year if you're one of my regulars or mods, you know, your inputs and thoughts on the matter, you know. Because although this is my decision, a large part of what I do is I always want to try and entertain people. And your thoughts will be appreciated at the time. So that'll be the big decision for the channel for the future. What am I going to do? I couldn't tell you which option I'm plumbing for right now. Sort of a combination of either one or two. Maybe a more organized version of one. Which would mean I'd have to actually commit to a schedule of some sort. And then try to stick to it. Or I could just completely just go full frontal and just play whatever I feel like and not do any schedule. While still remaining a variety channel. Who knows?
Oh, yeah!
Bye, statue. Bye, spook. Do I have anything left to buy? I don't know if I'll need to use my backup, but you never know. It might make some things easier later down the road. Plus, it won't hurt, especially if I can't use my superpowers later on and I need to rely more on other people. So yeah, that'll be the big decision of the channel. Oh, buddy, you made a big virtual mistake.
Had that from the start.
Should've just walked away. Where you could still breathe. So yeah, that is what's going to be the big decision, but that won't be for a couple of months yet. Whatever I decide to do will be after I've beat this, Get Out of Hell, Wrath, and Maximum Action. That won't be probably until at least March or April of this year. So there's no immediate concern over what's going to happen, and even then I will take my time with it. I won't rush to a decision, and I will consult with people about it. But yeah.
I wonder where Brad is taking me to dinner tonight.
And other than that, really, the main thing for me to mention about is that my next point is about poker, you know? I want to do more casino visits. I don't think I'll be getting around to one. I mean, this is because my car is still knackered. I might still do, I don't know. But I am going to plan for more casino visits this year to do stuff. And I do want to do more practice in some capacity. So do expect a few micro stakes poker streams in some form this year. I don't know if I'll be making it to another regional final though. Currently I'm in the playoff spots in one of my games with 3 weeks left. And in the other one I'm unfortunately not in the playoff spots.
Yeah!
So it's not looking too hopeful right now. Let's just say. But there's still 3 weeks left and things could change. And that's kind of it, really. You got any...
Easy time.
So yeah.
Driving this city's expensive.
Wow, this has been a nice little bit of tiny progress for the game. A couple of statues destroyed, some clusters acquired. A few audio logs. Not too bad, eh? Not too bad at all. Oh wow, I even gained percentage of overall progress, 54. So a tiny, tiny bit of progress for Saints Row. Alright. Well, I move my camera now to the top left, so you know what that means. You know what time it is. You know what's coming up. I think you know what's on the cards. I could probably hear some of the groans already from one or two of you, and the chuckles of delight from somebody else. If this game ever loads. Let's boot this sucker up, shall we? From Saints Row 4 to Dead by Daylight. What? Like, downgrade. Hey, I got some stuff done. An hour's worth of collectible progress with a few upgrades unlocked. It's not been... Which means I don't have to do that next time if I ever... It'll all be useful. I think you misspelled upgrade. Well... The Bone Chill event is still going on, but not for much longer. It'll be over in a few days, and it'll be back to normal again. And then, who knows what's to happen. So yeah, where do I stand in the world of Dead by Daylight at the moment? Well, at the start of last year, I was very hyped for continuing to play this game a year in. I had still things to acquire, I had achievements to get, I had adepts to plan. The thing is, though, now I've done everything. Literally everything. In the space of this year, I managed to do all the adepts, of which the series are up on YouTube, both for Survivor and Killer. I've got all the achievements. You'd see here the last 3 I got on December the 19th. In a very lucky series of games. A cooperative player got me the nurse one. A group of babies got me the Myers one. And some unlucky pig helped me finish this one off. But everything's been unlocked, so all the achievements are done. I managed to do everything except an uninstall. Well, that's the thing. The game, I've played this game now for what will be, I'll just call it 2 years. I mean, technically I probably played this a day or two into January of 2021 for the first time. I'm not going to uninstall the game for the time being, but what I'm trying to say here is I've accomplished everything that I wanted to in this game. I've got all the achievements, I've done all the adepts, I've unlocked every character, I have all the perks. The only thing I haven't done is I've not got all the survivors to Prestige 6 for the bloody cosmetics. I'm still working on that. But there's only 3 left. I just need to do Gabriel, Soma, Nick, and Ellen, and then that's it. Every other character in this game is at least Prestige 6, and all the bloody cosmetics are unlocked with it. So, there's obviously also the Bone Chill event, which is still ongoing at the moment. Gotta go ahead and give this bloody thing. And you know what? Considering I did actually play Saints Row 4 for some of the background noise, I might do one quick game just for a bit of background noise to this one as well. As I try to open an exit gate, if possible. Good luck with that, I say. Probably very unlikely though, but hey, some background noise, why not? So, really, at this point, I've played this game for 2 years, and how do I feel about the game in this time? Well, I could say with some honesty that the core gameplay of this game has improved in the last year. Obviously, there's been the solo queue HUD introduction, there's been some other changes that have been appreciated. But honestly, the game needs some new... I have started to get a bit bored of the core gameplay loop of the game. Not all the time, but I've lost a bit of interest that I once had. I can certainly say that much. Like, since I have all the unlocks and I have all the characters and I have my preferred side that I like to play. Also, it's a better way to show you the Bone Chill event, if possible, real quick. My thoughts on it as we play through. I mean, I still enjoy playing the killer side of this game. No surprise there. But it just feels like, what is left for me to sort of accomplish at this point? Like, I'm not really interested in trying to become a frigging comp level player and playing tournaments. I've nothing left to really unlock, and I mean, obviously I've not tried every add-on, everything, but it's just a case of, do I still enjoy playing this game on a daily basis? And the answer is kind of a half-hearted yes. In truth. A half-hearted yes. Well, I'll be perfectly clear, I hate the survivor side of this game. I know it's partly because I play solo queue and I've had some decent times, but I've played this for 2 years and I've never really fully enjoyed Survivor consistently because I lack the skill or desire to learn how to beat killers that run the same 7 or 8 fucking perks every fucking game. It's so boring. When people play that seriously and run the heavy shit on killer side, it is just so unfun to play this side. And it will probably be that way if I was in a group. Because the only thing that would be a counter to that would be just to play as hard. And I hate it. When this game is all super serious and super competitive, Dead by Daylight is fucking boring, and I'm surprised it survived 7 years. Considering it used to be a lot worse. I used to play this game without a solo queue HUD. I used to play this game without the heartbeat thing. Surprised how much that impacted the gameplay quality. So they've made steps to improve it, but I'm still surprised that this game has been around for 7 fucking years. But they need to do different things now. They need to add new game modes, as they have apparently flexed and mentioned in the survey they were going to. But I'll see it when I believe it, because I also do not trust this fucking people who make this game to make smart decisions. Or good decisions. But I certainly expect it to make delayed decisions and fuck things up. Wow. And someone disconnected, so I didn't even get a game there. Apparently the big thing that they're going to be doing for this year is reworking a lot of killers. They want to rework a lot of things. They want to fix free gens. They want to rework a lot of older killers and tweak this and tweak that and tweak other things. And maybe consider adding new game modes. Well, a new game mode for this game would be great. The 5 versus 5 sounded fun. 2 versus 8 could be fun if it's explained a bit more. And some of the other stuff maybe, but just something new, something different. You know, give more options for this game. A different way of playing it. And actual custom options would be nice, not this shit. This is insulting. Customize your badge, customize your banner, but you can only pick stuff you unlock via buying character packs, or time events, or what we choose to make for you. Do you remember when video games allowed you to fucking pick any badge or banner you wanted to represent yourself with? Any at all? And sure, some people were real edgy about it, but they probably got banned or stuff. You remember those times when you could do that in a game? Where you could customize what you all kinds of things. And now you have like fucking like this was seen as a big new feature for the cosmetic side. You can customize your badge and your banner, but only the stuff we allow you to choose. That's fucking annoying. I know why they do it. It's because they're dead scared that if they don't control the custom content, then the community will absolutely outperform them and make better things. And what exactly is wrong with that? It's like some of these devs are so scared to let the community preciously touch their game. Are we not forgetting the fact that fucking Counter-Strike came because Valve allowed people to tinker around with things? Or that Half-Life came into existence because fucking id allowed people to tinker around with things? There used to be a spirit in games back then when people would share source codes and allow things to progress. And now it's all just, I want to control all the money. We need Trico transactions. We must make sure the community doesn't even put one finger on our game. Because god damn it, who would be in the best position to know how the best direction of the game? And add some cool extra shit, huh? I mean, God forbid there's a map editor for this game and people create their own maps and we have all these custom maps to play. A custom browser. How cool would that be? Never mind custom game mode. How about people create custom maps? I've seen a custom map of this game. I've seen it. Using assets from the game, someone created a weird map that was very cyberpunky, like a big city. And it looked pretty good, actually. Could you imagine that? In this kind of game? Could you imagine if you could just play custom maps? Even just custom maps? You know, we could get some crazy tiles, some fascinating gameplay loops. Where the hell is that? Where's all that gone? Why does this game not have that? Why does other games not have this kind of shit? When did developers become so afraid to let the community touch their game, to add to the game, to open up the goddamn Steam Workshop or the SDK kits? No, we need Dead by Daylight to continue to be a boring fucking game that is extremely grindy, appeals to the casual audience but is not casual, appeals to the competitive audience but is really fucking broken and not fun when it's competitive. There's so much frustration because this game, if it had more care, could be a lot better. A hell of a lot more fun. Where's the snowballs? I'm only doing one of these games, by the way. Well, this is what Bone Chill is. You got snowmen, some are decoys, some are not. You can throw snowballs, or snow skulls. And... hello. I could be a snowman. Oh, it's a Myers. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay. Let's try that again. Ow! Well, at least that might as well to be a little engaging, I guess. And you get 500 points just for doing that to Snowman. It's kind of nice. Oh, he's running corrupt. Oh, he chose to come here. For some reason. Neat. And so basically what this comes down to in this sweet state is, do I want to keep playing this game anymore? Is the bottom line. I'm sorry I lost my focus there for a little bit. My genuine thoughts is, going forward, if not a lot of new stuff comes out, and it starts going down the shit tubes, I might stop playing this game. I might honestly one day just decide I've had enough. I don't want to play anymore. I've played this for 2 years. I've enjoyed a significant chunk of the content in the past. I do enjoy some of the stuff in this game, especially on the killer side, I'll admit. But I cannot stand how boring it is. You know? I know that a lot of people don't want me to play a lot of this game on stream. Because Myers has not downed anyone, so that means there's probably a Tombstone Myers. Or an Infinite Tier 3 Myers. But most likely probably a Tombstone Myers, because if they were Infinite Tier 3, they'd probably be trying to down people occasionally. Oh, he's in no member, so he can't be healed. Oh, he's there. Yeah, he's a Tombstone Myers. He's taken way too long to hit Tier 3, and he's just wanting to get his stupid Tombstone. So, we don't know what to do against Tombstone Myers, don't we, kids? Apart from somehow failing to detect which walker I'm in. He's also really fast, so he's got to play with your food as well. And by the way, Myers is one of the first killers they want to work on for the rework. He's one of the killers they want to rework. I can't wait for them to take his Tombstone add-on, make it base kit, and break him in half. If anything like the last 2 reworks. 3 reworks. They've all been failures. In fact, they're reworking Sadako again. Because they've still not got the balance right. Oh. There's the Tombstone, probably. There you go, buddy. Oh my goodness, I'm totally surprised that the Myers that spent 90% of the game stalking is a Tombstone Myers. Let's all pretend that this is not how every Myers plays. I mean, this is seriously what every Myers is forced to do, because the power runs out or is very limited on time. One moment, let me just do the one and only counter for Tombstone Myers, which is to hide in a walker till the game is over. Or he's just gonna drop me on the ground. Maybe he's going for the achievement, I don't know. He could well be going for the achievement, for all I know. But the last 3 reworks have been terrible. I mean, they reworked Sadako and made her... They reworked the Skull Merchant. They've had to rework the Skull Merchant twice, and she's still really obnoxious to play against, and is still the worst killer in the game by a country mile. They reworked Sadako and made her condemned add-ons base kit, basically, and made her brain dead and boring to play against, or as, if you choose to play as her. And they reworked Trickster to make him ridiculously boring to play as. To the point where Trickster is now basically a submachine gun that requires no skill whatsoever to play. Other than, can you hit a few knives at players, and then can you press this button to throw more knives at players. And those are the reworks where they were trying to fix things with the characters. I have no real confidence that the reworks of Myers isn't just take his Tombstone add-on and fucking make it base kit or something. I mean, think about it. That's what they kind of ended up doing with the last two. They just ended up doing... just that. You know? Sadako's condemned add-ons became, You do realise that if you'd let me continue the gen, you'd have... The Myers should have realised that if he just let me complete the generator, he'd have got the tombstone straight after. Guess he doesn't know that. And they took what, you know, Sadako's condemned add-ons became base kit. Trickster's ability to throw knives and building up that main event became easy to do. Well, I mean, I honestly expect them to just make Myers' tombstone add-ons base kit somehow. Like, they'll add like, oh, you go to tier 4 and you'll have base kit Mori, but you gotta level up another tier or whatever. Or something like that. Myers is so desperate to get this. Actually, I can perhaps understand why he wants to control the axe as well, I guess. I'm gonna bleed out though if you don't do something now. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot of confidence that these reworks are gonna work out pretty well. They want to do twins as well. Pig, hag. So, if the direction of this game keeps getting worse, I'm probably going to play this less. I mean, I don't really have a reason to keep... I don't have nothing to grind for, is my point. I mean, I have enjoyed this event. It's been kind of fun with the snowmen and the snow skulls. It's been fun playing on the killer side. But... you know. He's going to have to find me. I have a feeling he might be going for the achievement. I feel more inclined to give it to him just so we can... just so we can save some time. Oh. Yeah, he's trying to do that thing where he, like, takes me to the furthest edge. Yeah, like if he just waits for me to complete the generator, then he can kill me afterwards. I think he's finally figured out that's what I'm trying to do with the guy. There you go. I know the pain what it was like to get the achievement too. I know there's fucking camera anyways, though. It makes it a lot more cinematic than I expected, to be honest. Did I have fun? No. Tombstone Myers is boring to play against. I just felt like being generous and gave him a shot for the achievement. I mean, I got lucky and got the baby survivors, so... But yeah, I mean... if I was to stop playing Dead by Daylight, I might just stop playing Dead by Daylight on this channel altogether. That is a possibility what I might do going forward. Yeah, you're not gonna get it now. He's just gonna sit in a locker for 2 minutes. Oh wow, he's actually got he's on an adept run. He's got all the adept things for David. So this is adept versus achievement right here. This is why you need to have play with your food. Maybe just wait and have the achievement. But that's one less Tombstone Myers we have to deal with. Run! This turned out to be an interesting sort of game in a sense, actually. Oh no, straight in the walker. He's not coming out. You should not have found the hatch. You probably could have got him if you'd been patient. So come on! And you chose this map as well. You should have chosen some other map. I don't really think the Myers can do anything about this still. There's nowhere on this map particularly where there's no walkers. He's just gonna have to hope the player makes a mistake. Like if you had played with your food though in 3 stacks, you might have a chance. Well, we might have a chance here, maybe. No. This is not enough time. This is what Tombstone Myers, the adept challenges, the achievement seekers have to go through. Like, the last person will just hide in a locker forever. This is why this achievement is so hard to get. It's not that you can't kill people eventually, it's just that you'll never get all 4. Either they escape through the hatch or they just hide in lockers forever. Good luck. Now, if you bought Noed, maybe Noed, play with your food, 3 stacks, and maybe fire up. He's not gonna get him. The sad fate of those who go for the achievement. I got lucky. I came across a group of survivors who didn't know what the hell was going on in the first place. Yeah, he focused way. Oh, he did actually have play with your food, but he must have lost all the stacks. Ah, he was definitely going for it though. But how paid do you have to be to deny someone an achievement? Welcome to DVD. That's pretty much that. That's why it's the hardest one to get. You gotta fight against the community to unlock it. Alright, that's enough of a demonstration of that. So, yeah. Sorry, that just kind of turned into me playing Dead by Daylight during a sweet state, didn't it? So, the point is that I might be playing less of this game this year. I mean, this happened with Killing Floor 2. I played Killing Floor 2 for ages, and once I unlocked everything, I just kind of only came back for events and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I may be playing this game less in the future, unless they make some good changes. But I'm not very confident in behavior. I don't think they can make good changes. I really don't. They have made improvements to the game, but I just don't think they can do any more. Or they can do it right. Their balancing is just all wonky with the killers. They keep messing them up and making them easier and more boring to play. Taking out skill elements and turning problems into base kits. You know, it's dumb. So yeah, there's a chance you might see less of this game this year. I might still cover events, expansions and stuff like that, but honestly I might not. I might just say no, I'm not going to do it anymore. We'll see. This game needs some variety. That's what it definitely needs, because my interest is starting to wane off this game a bit. And I might start playing something else. I might end up playing Dark Tide, or I mean I'm spending a bit more time with Deep Rock at the moment because of the weapon maintenance and getting the promotions, and just the fact there's things to do in that game that I find more interesting, honestly. You know, the killer side of this game is still fun, and that's the reason I'm still here. If Survivor side was all there was, I probably would have quit this game a year ago. The killer side, though, is definitely the more fun side. It still is for me. even if the knight is currently disabled and has been for about a week plus because of the bug. They need to kill switch this killer permanently and get rid of her from the game. They need to make Sadako a balance between having condemned worthwhile and also not too weak. They need to fucking somehow make the nerf the nurse somehow, but only slightly because she's very comp heavy. They need to fucking make Myers not reliant, change Myers' power so that his base kit doesn't fucking, so that Tombstone isn't the only way to eliminate people faster, you know. Maybe make it so it's more like Ghostface, where his power can happen an infinite number of times, you know. If they're gonna do anything with the Hag, maybe make, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with the Hag, you know. We need to make Ghostface's reveal mechanic actually balanced and fair, because it's been bullshit ever since I've ever played it. They need to nerf the Spirit's stupid add-ons and remove them, probably. They need to make Trickster more better to play again. We're doing ECS, but we played Udon, and that's not very fun, yeah. We need to undo the Trickster rework and make him more skillful again. They need to probably also remove the singularity while they're at it, and make it so that, and I need to get out of this stupid habit of having fucking powers that can only be disabled. How about we just get rid of them straight up? If you take out a drone from the Skull Merchant, just have it be destroyed. I mean, all they do is replace them with a new one anyway. Same with the singularity. It's so fucking stupid. I don't know. I'm just saying I might be playing this game less this year. Unless they make new modes. I'm not very confident in the reworks that they have planned for this whole year. Dying to rework Sadako again. Because she's just brain dead. Which is a real shame because she's the main reason I started playing this fucking game. I enjoyed playing as her occasionally, and then the rework came along and it killed my interest completely. Like, oh, I just teleport around and I'm brain dead. I'm scary. Please find my brain dead gameplay scary. Now I'm gonna tweak it again. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Psycho still looks cool as shit though. Right. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, who knows? So, now for the first time tonight, I'm going to cut to full screen. This has been a bit of a different sweet state with all the gameplay footage in the background. Let me know if you like it or not in the comments. I mean, I'm happy to go back to just doing this again, but I thought it was just an interesting change up. You know, just to have something in the background. I don't know if I'd do this. I know, we'll see how people think of it. So, at this point, it is now time for audience questions. And do you have any thoughts on anything that I have said during this sweet state? You know, anything you want to ask about the recap of last year? Anything you think about what I've said about what I'm planning to do this year? Anything about poker, Dead by Daylight, or anything else? Question 1, can we go back to Saints Row 4? Well, I will be playing Saints Row 4 tomorrow. That'll be the next stream. So you won't have to wait too long. Tomorrow night, I'll be right back on Saints Row 4. And then obviously I've got my poker nights Wednesday and Thursday. But, you know, tomorrow, more Saints Row 4. Definitely. So there's that question for you, Drelkin. I mean, I said at the start of this year, and I said this like building up to this year. I think this year is going to be a big year for me personally. There's going to be a lot that's going to change. I'm going to lose a lot of weight. I'm going to have a lot more money. I'm going to get better at something. I'm going to learn how to cook. I might get better at poker. I might get better at streaming. The channel's going to have a decision on its future. You know, I'm going to be more productive in general. I'm going to get out some more bad habits, that kind of thing. So when are we going to play Darktide together? I don't know, Shakar. It might happen, it might not. Right now I am mostly content with grinding a bit of Deep Rock and sort of just waiting to see what happens after the Bone Chill event for DBD. Feel free to reach out to talks about the channel, by the way, but I want to murder heretics with you. I definitely will. I mean, as I've said, when it comes down to me talking about the future of the channel, I will be consulting with regulars and mods of all different types to add their opinions, you know. It will be a very careful decision as to what I do for the channel in the future, you know. I will not be rushed. But yeah, is there any questions you want to ask me? Anyone else, I should say, even? Well, yeah, I suppose I should have quickly just brought up my PokerStars account details. Sorry, not my account details, my progress at the moment, just to give you an idea where I'm at the start of the year. I'll just bring it up real quick for you. I'll say very quickly. Let me just bring this up for a moment, if I may. There we go. Just going to do this real quick. So you can see here I'm currently at $49.19 for PokerStars. And obviously my first goal is to turn that to $100. And then see what happens from there. So, you know, my initial buy-in was about $20 about a year and a bit ago. And through a combination of some minor micro stakes wins and some sports bets that have come off, it's managed to turn around to being at one point a high of about $50, 55-ish. But, you know, grinding these $1 micro stakes games has been not consistent enough, and I'm currently sort of falling back to 49, but still got plenty in the bankroll to keep playing these kind of games for at least another 30 odd attempts. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully I will turn that to $100 at some point. That'll be a nice goal to achieve. So yeah, that's just a brief thing on the poker front. I'm currently planning to continue playing on this site as well. I don't know if I'll do other sites. So yeah, that's that. Let me pop this back to full screen. Should have done that during the poker session, to be honest, in between Saints Row 4 and DVD, but it's fine. So yeah, is there any other questions from the 9 people in attendance right now? Anyone else? Any workers got anything to add or say or whatever? I mean, I suppose in terms of the future of the channel, that will be more relevant nearer the time, but... Oh. So my first build map was released on Christmas Eve. It is the pinchy level for the engine, like Doom and Quake before it, with additional unreleased learning project. Let's have a look at this. Sorry, just gonna drag this over here for a minute. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. A level I created to learn build engine mapping. Nice, nice. Looks like you've got a lot of E2 inspiration there. Ooh, very nice looking, yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks nice there, Pinchy. Any plans to play the reboot of Saints Row? Well, since Drauken literally gifted it to me earlier, it will now have to be something I will have to consider. It's not on the official list, because there is no official list, but I suppose if I was to play it, the timing would be somewhat appropriate to play it short at some point later this year, while I've still got Saints Row playthrough fever on my mind, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do once I have completed my remaining 4 obligations to Drauken. I still have a fair amount of games that I've been gifted from Drauken and other people as well. I mean, just from Drauken alone, in terms of other games, alongside Saints Row, he's also gifted me Ghost Runner, Resident Evil Village, Typing of the Dead Overkill, Project Warlock 2, which isn't finished yet, Gloomwood, which isn't finished yet, the Rare Replay package, which was on the Xbox, which I definitely want to get around to at some point because it's got GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, and a few others. Ion Fury Aftershock, Squirrel Stapler, Amanda the Adventurer, and now this, Saints Row reboot. And that's just from Dragon. There's plenty of other games been gifted from plenty of other people. A lot from World Misfit, a few from Pineapple, 3 from Shakar, of which I'm waiting for 2 of them to be finished as well. So, you know, there will be a lot of decisions to make about what, if any, order I tackle all these on. I have a massive list to clear through now I have time for it. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're wanting to play on the build engine now, Pinchy. You know, I still need to play some of your Quake maps at some point, and I still need to get to Arcane Dimensions at some point, and I still need to get to Quake 2 at some point, and I still need to get to about 5 or 10 other things at some point. You know? The Witness for Maddock, perhaps. The Wolfenstein New Order Oldwood games for Dave. Quite a few other things as well. God, I got so much to play. Just from the gifted list alone, I'd still have plenty of material. So, I will say though that because now I have I will say though, Nitro, that now that I have the Saints Row reboot, which wasn't originally planned to be played at all, I will now be considering it for later this year. Then the Looker, the parody of it. Oh, yeah. But again, I don't have any direction for what order I'm going to... I mean, to be fair, I will also point out all these games are gifted. That doesn't mean I'm going to play any of them. They've just been gifted to me. I might play them off stream. I might not. I don't know. Depends what I decide to do. Right now, my focus is literally Saints Row 4, Get Out of Hell, Wrath, Maximum Action, Finish, Complete, Done, The End. And then decide to change the channel. And also, all this while... excuse me. All this while juggling around how much extra hours is my TA2 job promotion going to inflict on me? How much is my... what kind of hours can I commit to all of these options, you know? I might have less hours to spare if I'm doing more cooking, if I'm doing more TA2 stuff. I don't know. Once all that's been kind of established, I'll be able to provide a clearer picture as to any potential future schedule as well. So, yeah. So, are there any other questions from anyone? Bloody raining outside again. I wish this rain would just fuck off. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I don't want the ice and snow to come back, but I wish it would give me a day or two of just a bit of sunshine, just plain cloud where I can walk. It's kind of been miserable seeing so much rain the last week. It doesn't feel like winter at all. It feels more like I'm in a soggy monsoon season or something. Especially since I have no fucking car at the moment. I'll have to get that sorted tomorrow, which is going to be a pain. Spend enough money getting some bloody oil. Life is difficult sometimes. It really is. Oh, it reminds me, actually, I should probably put that Saints Row game on my future project list, I suppose. Oh, it's only under 60 gig. That's not too bad. Oh, the Saints Row game came out this year. Huh. Oh, at least on Steam this year. I guess it was an Epic Game Store exclusive, was it? I suppose. I guess it was. Alright, well, I guess that's it for the audience questions. Yeah, I just sort of talked about that joke. It's a consideration. Yeah, the Iron Eagle's not out yet. Iron Man isn't out yet, obviously. Guess Pegleg's going to update the Iron Eagle, which is cool. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, well, in that case then, that's going to be the end of this sweet state. So, as I said, tomorrow I'll be playing Saints Row 4. Since I made a tiny bit of progress tonight for some of the collectibles and statues and a few unlocks, I guess, will help me for the future. Any plans to do Heretic? I've already played Heretic. I actually played Heretic 3 years ago on New Year's Eve. I did it for a New Year's Eve stream. I actually, when the old iteration of the let me see if I can find it for you actually. Try to find it on YouTube if I search. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it was the last game I played in 2020. Anyone out there? There you go. I basically played it as a yes. Hello, Ward Misfits and O'Hara and Serious Cacodemon. How are you all doing this evening? It took a few times to get those quality options again tonight, but back when quality options was a problem. That was how I ended 2020. I stayed because we all had to stay inside, so I played Heretic into the new year, and I was going to play Hexen as well, but I ran out of time. I actually barely completed Heretic within the new year. Actually, I didn't. I sort of had to play an extra hour or so into 2021, but I got it done. Then I played Hexen after that, and then I was able to play all the stuff on the list. And then about two and a half years later, I finally finished the fucking list. So yeah, there you go. There's Heretic. Beyond that, Nitro, no, I don't really care much for Heretic gameplay. It's not very inspiring. Hexen's gameplay is a bit more interesting to me, but I have plenty of custom Doom WOD things. I mean, apart from Sigil 2 and Eve Eternity 2, there's lots of other ones I might play. I don't know. There's just so much stuff and not enough time. I'll never get around to it all. So I have to sort of make sure I try and pick a good collection. I still have play testing I need to do, but a few things for several months. It's been, as I said, right now priority is just get through Drauken's list and then see what direction I want to take the channel. If I do lean away from, if I do lean away from becoming just a Doom channel, I think I will stop becoming a playtester, because I won't be able to commit to regular play. Oh, I will consider stop putting myself on that playtest list, possibly, because I won't be able to be super regular. Not that I really have been. I mean, I've done less Doom streams this year, and I feel like I'm a bit out of touch with the Doom community in general. If you do, in a way, it's to breathe away from the mic. Right. So yeah, hopefully 2024 is going to be a good year, and hopefully when I do this in 2025, when I'm doing Sweet State 78, I will be thinner, wealthier, and the channel will be maybe in a different place. You might not see me on a webcam like this. I might be somewhere else. Who knows? I'll probably still be here, though. I don't think I'll be moving from this house in a year. But things might have changed. I might have different things up on the wall. I might have different shirt on. I hope it will look a lot thinner. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I might even do a cooking stream at some point. Probably not in this place, though. But yeah, you never know. John in space. The one place that hasn't been corrupted by social media and capitalism, perhaps. We will see. We will see. But yeah, and hopefully, for all of you watching, hopefully 2024 will be a good year for all of us. Fingers well and truly crossed for that. Because there's a lot of shit that's going to happen this year, I think. Right, so I'll see you all tomorrow for Saints Row 4. And let's go raid someone. We've got 9 people. I think that's enough for a raid. Who to raid? We have a Jimmy. We have an Abson. We have a Vortal. We have a Calfira Dragoness. I'm guessing she's doing an analysis of her year. Wait, her? Oh, I forget if it's her or them. One or the other. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just... Actually, let's just see what everyone's playing first. Or doing. Let's have a look. Oh, right. Kafira is doing a similar thing what I've been doing, talking about things. Vortal is playing the Santa stuff. Napsom's playing... Piss, 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 whatever that is. Jimmy's playing Eternity 2. Yeah, alright, fuck it. Let's raid this channel. We'll give this channel a raid, I guess. So yeah, we'll raid this person. And see what they're up to for their new year. I mean, I don't think I normally catch her playing, but when she does, they offer some interesting streams. They're pretty knowledgeable on certain things, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for Saints Row 4. Have a good night, and let's hope 2024 is a good year.